Hello, Gmar Chatimat Tova to everyone. It should be a wonderful, fruitful year full of blessings, full of abundance, full of love, full of laughter, full of happiness and all good things. Lots and lots of health. I wanted to come in today before Yom Kippur and talk about the energies right now. I don't know what you've been feeling over the past 24 hours, but I've seen a lot of people go from being, and I personally, being in a very, very high place and being in this place of expansion and flow and love and joy and enjoying life. And then I felt last night like I was on this kind of precipice, like there was a fall that was about to happen, and I was like, no, I don't want to feel that fall from this place of expansion. And but it happened anyway. And this morning when I woke up and I was seeking to rise back up, the idea came up, very, very poignant, that we are on the eve of the holiest day of the year, or the second holiest day of the year. They say Yom Kippurim, so Purim is actually the holiest day. So Yom Kippur, we are coming before God, dressed in white, praying for His grace, and recognizing that He is King, and He requests of us to fast, to not eat, to not drink, to not put creams on, to not engage in things that bring sustenance and pleasure to our bodies. And it's a place of tsa'ar. Now in Hebrew, l'tsa'er et nafshotechem, I don't know where it says that, I feel like that's a phrase somewhere. But inside the word tsa'ar, which is despair, is tsar, narrowing, to feel compressed. And our neshamot, our energy, our expansion energy, our neshamot look to expand, look to rise. They resonate on the level of expansion. And so this place of litzaer, to make smaller, to compress, is a difficult place. And that's why last night I was like, no, I don't want to. I felt like I was on the verge of falling, and I didn't want to, because it doesn't feel comfortable for our souls to be in this place of compression, of constriction. And I realized that in many different healing modalities and therapies, we use constriction and maintaining constriction or encouraging constriction in order to facilitate expansion. Okay, we could do this with muscle contractions. We want to contract the muscle because then when it releases, it expands further. If you want to stretch out a muscle, open up a joint. We do this with the cranial rhythm. We can hold it, or it holds itself, and we can encourage it staying in a place of compression, and then it breathes into expansion with the lungs. Right, we could do the same thing. So many different areas of the body with joints, so many different areas. And it's all this place of, and what God is saying on Yom Kippur, feel the compression, and then from that place you will rise into an even greater expansion than you've experienced previously. And so we shouldn't be afraid of the falling, like I felt, like that hesitation that I felt last night, because it's part of expansion. And so when we embrace that compression, when we say, okay, this is a step leading me to greater expansion, then when we feel that fall, when we feel that compression, when we feel that tzimtzum, we can take reprieve, feel the grace in it, knowing that it's God saying, here's a way that you can expand. And that's what He wants from us on Yom Kippur, to get to a place where we feel the constriction, and then there's this, and then we walk away from the experience of Yom Kippur with this expansion, and we move forward into the rest of the year in a place of expansion. We can feel that over Sukkot as well. And so wishing you lots of love and grace while you're in this place of tsa'ar, and whenever in your lives you feel this place of tsa'ar, so that you can embrace the expansion that comes as a result. Sending love from Israel.